At this time, speaking of community, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Garrett Clayton. He is Associate Dean of Graduate Studies in the College of Engineering, and he's going to moderate the community mission portion of our program this evening. Dean Clayton.
Thank you, Dr. Woodard. Good evening, graduate students. I have the pleasure of introducing 4 outstanding individuals who serve Villanova in the area of community and mission. This is a key part of what we are as a university. I think we always talk about Villanova having a great sense of community, and I think a lot of that is centered around what we're about, kind of what our mission is. So first up is Dr. Teresa A. Nance. Dr. Nance is the Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Villanova's Chief Diversity Officer, and a Professor of Communication. Dr. Nance leads the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, which supports Villanova's continuing efforts to create a welcoming and diverse community. Dr. Nance.
Thank you so much, Garrett. I am delighted to be here and so excited to welcome each of you to Villanova. And as I was coming and thinking about this, I remember when I started graduate school, and you're in that odd place where you finished undergraduate school, so you got that 1 degree, and now you're moving on to that 2nd degree, and you don't always know where you fit. As you listen to the presentations today, I am sure you'll find your place at Villanova. And I'd like to begin with a quotation you actually heard part of from the university president, and far be it from me to ever correct Father Peter. What I would like to do is actually take a look at the whole quotation, because I think it really fits who you are and what you're about. The quotation begins with this statement: if you would attain to what you are not yet, you must always be displeased by what you are. For where you are pleased with yourself, there you have remained. Keep adding, keep walking, keep advancing. I believe that this whole quotation is so wonderful for you as graduate students, because you made the decision to come to graduate school because there was something more. And when I think of this quotation, I also can't think of it apart from that heart on fire. And as Father Peter said, it is about passion, and it is about being on fire to learn, but it's also about urgency. And graduate students, I know that you are coming into this academic world, but you also live in the greater world where there are issues and problems that abound. And I am sure that that urgency, that fire that you feel is alive within you. And let me tell you, it's also alive in our community. If you have a passion for something, if you feel urgency for something, I guarantee within 3 questions, you'll probably find somebody who will agree with you. Now, I'm here to talk about the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. ODEI for short. We are responsible for institutional diversity with a focus on faculty, staff, policy, and practice. In many ways, we are both strategists and advocates. Over the past several years, we have worked on several key projects, one of which was the Equitas Task Force, which was an anti-racism task force appointed by Father Peter after the summer of 2020. As a result of that task force, many changes have been begun, and we are looking forward to even more coming in the future. So that I'll tell you that on a high level. If you want to know more, 202 Tylentyne is where I reside. The other thing I would like you to know about how our diversity project has changed at Villanova is that at one time, and I'm sure that this was true in many of your undergraduate institutions, when we thought of diversity and inclusion, we thought of student life, because that's where many diversity offices started and where many have remained today. But at Villanova, we recognize that diversity, equity, and inclusion, the passion for justice and for equity is part and parcel of our academic project. So there are diversity officers, deans of diversity in the colleges. For example, in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, you have Dr. Edward Fierros. In the College of Engineering, Dr. Noel Kamoli. In the College of Nursing, Dr. Pat Bradley. In the College of Business, Dr. Arante Bennett. And in the law school, Mr. Kent Lawless. Each of these wonderful diversity folk are responsible for advancing equity and justice across the disciplines. And many have diversity committees that you can serve on. So if you remember those names, I hope you will seek them out. Another quotation that I'm particularly fond of is, if you wish to be great, then begin by beginning. The taller your structure is to be, the deeper is your foundation. One of the things that I understand is that your foundation of learning is curiosity. And I hope that you will give into your curiosity about Villanova and become involved in the community. I've already heard so many great ways that you can do that. Let me add a few others. From the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, we offer Advancing Equity and Justice Training Center, to which you are welcome. These will be posted in Campus Currents, which is our university newsletter, as well as around campus. It's a 4-part series that I guarantee you will find fascinating as well as energizing. The second thing I'd like to talk to you about is our incredible Dialogue Center. And boy, are you lucky. The grand opening of our new Dialogue Center will be on September 12th, 3 p.m. up in Palatine 204. What is dialogue? We believe at Villanova that is the heart. If we want to make Veritas, Unitas, and Caritas live, we have to be able to engage with one another in a very real and active way. And at Villanova, we don't take that for granted. We can learn how to do that better. We offer community conversations through the year. Students can take classes. Some of your graduate classes actually have embedded intergroup dialogue sessions. I'm sure you'll find them interesting. The last thing I'd like to talk about is to add to what Joseph Nolan talked about. Not only can you join the undergraduate groups, but faculty and staff at Villanova can participate in employee resource groups. We have any number of employee resource groups, from Black of Fam, disabled vets. You don't fit in golden. Of course, some of you may be golden wildcats. That's 55 and older. LGBTQ plus, military veterans, the parent collective, women in STEM leadership. And if there's an ERG that you haven't heard that you like, talk to us about it. Welcome to Villanova. Welcome to what will become one of the best adventures of your life. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you to the Graduate Center for allowing me these few moments for remarks.
Thank you, Terry. Up next is Reverend Arthur Purcaro. Father Art, an Augustinian priest, is an assistant vice president, an adjunct professor in theology and religious studies, and an active member of the Sustainable Leadership Council on campus. The Office of Mission and Ministry includes campus ministry, peace and justice, education, among many other activities that seek to integrate mission into every facet of the university. Father Art.
Thanks very much, Garrett. What a pleasure to have this opportunity to welcome all of you. I'm thrilled that you want to become part of us and you're willing to join in so that together you and all of us can help create a better world for all. That's our challenge. The Catholic Augustinian mission, which we've put before ourselves, we invite you and we need you to work together with us with you, in order to make this a better place. And we look at the world we live in, we're fortunate, we're privileged, but a lot of what moves us is individualism, looking out for me, for number one. Heart on our sleeve, we recognize many of us are in this to have more, but we hope that our Augustinian Catholic mission can invite you also to think about being more. The importance is not so much of having, but of being, and being calls us to share. The more we go out of ourselves to enter into relationships with others, not just those who are like us, but inclusive relationships, relationship also with nature. Here at Villanova, we're very committed to sustainability. We want to have a better world, and we know that everything is interconnected. And the importance of going out of ourselves to look at nature and creation, care for creation, not simply to use it. So our relationships with others, with nature, and with God, a transcendent being, whatever name you put on that, to realize that we are not enough, that having is not enough. It's being who we are called to be, to share our gifts with one another. So this is the Augustinian Catholic mission, which we hope to share with you and that will be enriched by you, because we believe that those principles of Catholic social thought, universal social thought, the dignity of each and every human being, you bring something special that only you can bring to us. So dignity, nobody has more and nobody has less. Do we respect one another? Hopefully we'll learn, all of us together, how to do that better, to create a better world for all. But after dignity, common good. I have to be willing to sacrifice my personal good for the common good. And many of you are parents, some of you are grandparents, so you know how to live that. You're concerned about the education, about feeding others. Well, we're concerned about that as well for the entire world. And it's not going to happen if we close ourselves up and close ourselves in. The challenge to live and know more about dignity, common good, as well as subsidiarity. Subsidiarity is realizing that nobody is so poor that they have nothing to offer. And no one is so rich that they don't need somebody else. We need one another. We grow together. We are better together. That's why we're thrilled that you've chosen Villanova University to grow with us and help us grow, to build community. And the fourth principle of Catholic social thought, after dignity, common good, subsidiarity, is solidarity. Because we all know it's not a level playing field. Some have had advantage. Some of us have had tremendous advantages. This is the opportunity to reach out and to share that we're in this together. There's nobody who has nothing to offer. So building community, which is what we're about, a work in progress. And your participation, your gifts are really important to us. So the area of mission and ministry, which I represent and have the pleasure of working with some tremendous people, is going to be located in a new building. We're going to be in the center of campus in St. Rita's Hall. It's just between the parish church of St. Thomas of Villanova and Core Hall, where there's another chapel. Both of those places have daily Eucharist, which all people are invited to. It's Catholic Eucharist, but in the new St. Rita Center for Campus Ministry and Mission and Ministry, you're going to know that there's a room, a space for interfaith worship, for all of us to have the opportunity to realize that it's not just us, that justice depends on openness to God working in us, that we are not enough. Yes, we need to work together, but we need God to work in us, through us, with us. We're in this together. So in that new center of mission and ministry, you'll find there are different teams that will hopefully can help you to grow out of yourself even more, to enter into relationships with others, with nature, and with your spirit, with God. We have a Center for Faith and Learning, which creates opportunity to cultivate thoughtful reflection and dialogue. We have a Center for Common Good, brand new. It houses all the service opportunities near and far, and it partners with the Catholic Relief Service on an international level. We have a brand new Office of Sustainability, which is responsible for promoting and implementing the university sustainability plan, which will not happen without you, without me. It's not a plan for us, it's a plan with us. What can I do to make this a better place for all? It's caring for creation here and worldwide. We have the Center for Peace and Justice Education, which is for scholarship in search of world peace and social justice. We have a Center for Spirituality and Outreach, which is fantastic. We're searching for ways to help all of us, students, staff, and faculty, particularly now with you grad students, how we can help you to open yourselves to the world of the spirit and express it, be it through mindfulness, other forms of prayer, centering prayer, which is to your particular faith background. We have a Center for Residential Ministry, which are peer ministers and graduate resident ministers, which we try to be with and accompany the students, you yourselves, in the area of your issues, not far from you, to be able to listen to you and share with you and learn from you. And we have worship, our Center for Worship, which not only provides Catholic Mass in Spanish every week for those who speak that language, but also other faiths, in the worship room in St. Rita's. So we are very encouraged that you have chosen to be with us. We're thrilled, and we want to be able to serve you, to listen to you, to try to make this world a better place for you, realizing that the Augustinian Catholic mission is not so that we can have more, but that we can be more now for one another. What we learn and do here will help us build a better world for everybody as we go forward. So here we are at Villanova, not simply as consumers, but as contributors to build up. So we are so happy that you have chosen to be part of us, and we hope that you'll come and we can find a way to reach out and be with you. We'll certainly be there with you for the picnic on Friday, August 25th in the afternoon. Hope to see you all there. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Father Art. Now we turn to J.J. Brown, who is the Director of Student Involvement. His office offers a broad range of opportunities to engage with the Villanova community, including recreation, service opportunities, cultural events, and leadership programs. J.J.
Thank you, everybody. Looking forward to being a part of your experience here at Villanova University. Also had the pleasure to work with the Grad Center and Joe Nolan on the many different programs to collaborate, make sure student life is as welcoming, is a wonderful experience for you as you begin your Villanova journey. You can see my contact information there. If anybody needs to reach out, has any questions tonight, feel free to reach out to me. So one of the things our office really works on is student organization and leadership development for our students. And we have our student involvement fair, and graduate students are certainly most welcome to attend. It's also at the same time as the graduate student picnic. So this is a great opportunity to go between. Maybe both of those. Our undergraduates and graduate students are all welcome for our student involvement fair from 4 to 7 on the 25th. Within our office, service is such a central part to Villanova University. And one of those was our service opportunities, the Days of Service. That's organized by some great campus colleagues. It's the St. Thomas of Villanova celebration and Martin Luther King celebration in September and then January. As a part of student organizations and involvement on campus, there's many service opportunities, and we just wanted to highlight some of those there. If you find student organizations, there's some questions that were coming up about student organizations and where to find information. You can go to our website, villanova.edu/OSI. And if you can't find it within the many offerings that we have on the website, you're welcome to start a new student org process. And that lasts a semester. And our office coordinates that with Joe Nolan on this call. And we're happy to work with him on those experiences. And also to plug also the Graduate Student Senate, there's representatives, student bodies on campus, our Student Government Association for undergraduates and our Graduate Student Senate for our graduate students who are really there to advocate and support and be there for you, during your graduate experience. Also within our office, I'd like to highlight some campus programs and offerings. So one of those is late night program offerings. Villanova means new home. And we really want you to feel connected to campus, to get to know the many offerings that we do enjoy and like to be at with you in community. One of them is actually taking place on Monday, August 21st, even before classes begin. And that's from 9 to 11 on the Rowan campus screen. It's the space between the library, core hall, and alumni hall. So you just go to this place where you see a lot of food trucks. It's a good chance to get to know and be there and kind of get acclimated before the semester begins. There's also other great programming opportunities that you can enjoy: trips to the Phillies game, roller skating that takes place on campus, where we bring in a roller skating rink, weekly quizzo, outdoor movies. A couple other pieces that I would really like to highlight involve SEPTA key sales. So if students are looking to commute to campus, You can buy them, of course, at the SEPTA stations, but we also offer them for sale within our office located in Doherty Hall, room 102, across from Cafe Nova. So students can come in our office, work with some wonderful staff members in OSI to purchase a SEPTA key. Additionally, with other campus programs, we want you to be civically engaged. Our mission at Villanova calls us to be civically engaged. And really, we work with our Let's Vote Nova initiative to communicate to students how to vote. And also we do voter registration, for students, right here in our office, which is in Doherty 102 again. You can follow us on Instagram at Villanova OSI. Give us a follow. You can check out the many of the Get Informed Campus offerings, student organizations, and leadership development programs that we offer. Want to do a quick overview of university calendar events to take place. These are certainly wonderful events for our graduate students to be a part of, to take advantage of, to know that life exists inside the classroom as well as outside of the classroom. I just want to again take this opportunity to welcome all of you to Villanova. We look forward to getting to know you, celebrating the unique gifts and talents that you bring to Villanova, and really looking to take your passions and connect those with other students. Thank you for your time and welcome.
Thanks, JJ. Next, Ryan Rost is Villanova's Title IX coordinator. In this position, Ms. Rost is responsible for working with the university community on education and training to prevent incidents of discrimination, and oversees the university's centralized review, investigation, and resolution process for matters arising under the university's sexual misconduct policy. Ryan.
Great. Thank you so much, Garrett, and welcome to all of you to Villanova. It's really a pleasure to be here with you tonight, and I appreciate the opportunity to introduce myself and our office, and in short, really just share with you all that I and my office and my staff are resources for you, regardless of whether it's related to Title IX. I too, as a few of our other panelists have shared, have a graduate degree from Villanova. We won't say how long ago that was. And I won't say if anybody else who's a panelist on this call may or may not have been my communications professor when I was an undergraduate. But again, thank you for having me. So our office, as Garrett shared, oversees the university's Title IX compliance efforts. And depending on when you may have completed your undergraduate degree or anytime you've been on a college campus, you may associate Title IX more with gender equity in athletics, which does in fact apply. And I am a beneficiary of that, as I played lacrosse at Villanova as an undergraduate and graduate student as well. But I can assure you that the 37 words contained in that civil rights law extends well beyond discrimination just in athletics. We are an academic institution, so sometimes it's helpful to put these words out there. But Title IX states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. We are here to ensure that discrimination does not occur, or if it does occur, to address that harm. If you've completed your undergraduate degree in the last 5 to 10 years, you would likely associate Title IX more with a large focus of our office, which is related to sexual misconduct prevention and response. Title IX also prohibits sex discrimination, which includes pregnant and parenting students. Also prohibits discrimination based off of sexual orientation and gender identity. So I think that's really important. Like I said, when we are a resource in our office, we are a resource broadly for students of varying identities. And it is our biggest priority to promote healthy and respectful conversations and dialogues and environments. And it only makes sense that our office is also located on the second floor of Tollentine. I see Dr. Nance cheering with her hands. And we have dubbed the hallway the Equity Corridor. So our office is 207 Tollentine. We basically bookend. On the other side of that hallway is Terry Nance with the ODEI, with the McNulty Institute for Women's Leadership, the Center for Dialogue, and Visible. So it's just an amazing place to to be, and some really important conversations going on the second floor of Tollentine. So if you go to see Father Peter on the first floor of Tollentine, just to say hi, we're right upstairs. Come and say hi, and we'd love to see you. Our office works with a number of campus partners, including ODEI and the Office of Health Promotion and Student Life, the Graduate Studies Office. So all the wonderful folks who you heard from earlier from the Graduate Studies Office, we really enjoy collaborating with them, again, to promote those healthy and respectful environments, because Title IX and Villanova and all the things you've heard today is all about respect. And so that is our proactive approach. Should an unfortunate incident of harm occur, please know that our office is available to help to address that harm. So connecting individuals with on and off campus resources, whether they be confidential 24/7, on or off. And also, I also want to recognize that that there may be graduate students in particular who have had harm occur in their past and have had trauma. And we are here to help with that as well. So if there are ways that we can help our students feel safe and supported, then that is the number one priority for us. So I don't have any fun events to share with you. I tend to kind of, work with a lot of other campus partners on prevention and education as it relates to Title IX and discrimination. But we do have an Instagram account called It's On Us Nova, because it is on us Nova. It's on all of us to prevent harm, to promote those healthy and respectful environments. And I encourage you to follow that Instagram account and learn more about whether it's events or various initiatives that we're highlighting, or simple education on things like consent and respectful relationships, healthy relationships, and things along those lines. So we hope to see you up in the Equity Corridor. We have snacks. I know Dr. Nance has snacks, so you would never leave hungry. And I do appreciate this opportunity to spend some time with you all. And again, welcome to Villanova.